Please be seated. Good afternoon, honored guests, trustees, faculty, administrators, families, friends, and of course, our graduates of the class of 2024. Today we celebrate the commencement of the Marietta College 187th graduating class. Over these many years, thousands of students from across the world have found at Marietta the inspiration that fueled their passion for learning. They stepped into our river of time and, like you, each day they grew in their curiosity, creativity, and courage. And when they grew, like you, they changed who we are. Class of 2024, you have stepped into Marietta's river of time, and now you have changed the course of the college forever. This is our day to celebrate you, and it is our day to celebrate what we have become together. Let our celebration begin. Will you please stand and join in the singing of the college hymn, which will be led by the Marietta College Concert Choir. The words are printed in your program. Please be seated. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Mary Korn, Marietta class of 1982, and chair of the college's Board of Trustees. I'm so glad that Ms. Korn will be here to provide a greeting from the board. Chair Korn.
President Dragovich, trustee colleagues, distinguished faculty, honored guests, and members of the class of 2024. As chair of the Board of Trustees and as a graduate of Marietta College, it is a distinct privilege to welcome and congratulate you on behalf of all members of the Board of Trustees. I commend you for the investment you have made in your education and in doing so in your future. As trustees, it is our duty to protect and enable the mission of this great college. When we do this, we honor the generations of Marietta graduates who have come before you. And we do not act alone. I want to thank the faculty and the administrators of the college who have made your education possible. As students, you have had access to well-prepared, dedicated, and inspiring educators. On behalf of all the Marietta trustees, I thank them for their investment in you and your achievements. For generations, graduates have left Marietta and become contributors to and leaders of their families, their places of work, and their communities. Today, you join this long blue line of distinguished Marietta College alumni who have brought this honor to the college through their many accomplishments. My trustee colleagues and I wish you much success and happiness. We hope to see you many times in the years to come. Congratulations once again.
Will Michaela Donnelly and Terry Gasper please come forward? Milo Parker Jewett taught at Marietta Collegiate Institute and Marietta College from 1833 to 1848. Through his will, he established the Jewett Prize, which is awarded annually to seniors chosen in a public speaking competition. In the 19th century, every graduate of this college was required to give an oration as part of the commencement program. Today, we invite the top two Jewett Prize recipients of the class of 2024 to provide their remarks as part of this proceeding. Michaela, please come forward. Michaela Donnelly is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Michaela is a global leadership and political science double major. Michaela, we congratulate you for being chosen as the first place Jewett Prize winner and look forward to your oration of "Anyone Can Graduate." Michaela.
Good afternoon, graduates, family, friends, and faculty. You may think I'm coming up here to talk to you all about the intricacies of our 4 years here, but in reality, I want to compare them to a key movie from our childhood, Ratatouille. Yes, the artistic masterpiece about the rat from Paris who knows how to cook. Now, maybe you haven't seen the movie in a while, so let me give you a quick synopsis. Remy discovered his passion for creating dishes while reading Chef Cousteau's Anyone Can Cook. When cooking, a bit too close for comfort, he gets swept away from his family when their colony gets exposed. He ends up in the sewers, which lead him right there to the streets of Paris, ironically, out front of Chef Cousteau's restaurant. After adventuring inside, he meets Linguini, a kid who just lost his mom and is in dire need of a job. Linguini makes a fool of himself on the first day and practically destroys the restaurant and the kitchen and the food being made. Remy, wanting to show off his culinary skills, fixes Linguini's mistakes and saves the day. The two bond and figure out that Remy can control Linguini by pulling his hair. The two become a dynamic duo in the kitchen until the other chefs find out that Linguini has been keeping a rodent underneath his hat. Obviously, there's more drama and a happy ending, but for now, I think that about covers it. So, what does all of this have to do with our 4 or so years at Marietta? After thinking about it for some time, rather than giving you all life lessons about this movie, I've decided to walk through our Marietta timeline and compare it to Remy and Linguini's. To begin, when you came here, you were leaving what you had always known, what you had become accustomed to, your home. Maybe you were like me, someone who was used to and enjoyed being away from home. Or maybe you were like Remy and were split from your family for the first time. Either way, you had to get used to this new way of life. Luckily, it wasn't in the Paris sewer system. When Remy finally made it out of the murky waters and onto the streets of Paris, he was greeted by Chef Cousteau's restaurant, a moment he has always dreamed of. To him, it was a 5-star experience, although it was only a 3-star ranking. This could be very similar to us. Marietta College is a tiny liberal arts institution in the middle of nowhere. Few know about it, but those who do think the world of it. Unlike Remy, when we arrived here on our first day freshman year, we probably did not know what to expect. Some of us were ready for that 5-star experience, while others were just here to check out what college was like. No matter what, those who stayed chose to push on. Now it's time for Linguini to enter the story. When he first arrived at Gusteau's, he made a complete and utter mess of the place. He dirtied the floors, spilt the ingredients, and most importantly, screwed up the soup. This is comparable to that first bad grade, the one that made you question whether or not you were cut out for college. Or it was that first big loss of your college career that made you question why you came here to play your sport in the first place. In both of these situations, it felt like you did not know how to make them better. However, it wasn't until that one person came along that you truly felt like you had the hang of things. This could have been a teammate, a fraternity brother, or a new friend. This person got you through all the rough moments of freshman fall. They were by your side through your first college heartbreak, when you needed help with homework, or when you went out for lunch on Sunday to recap your weekend activities. For Linguini, this person was Remy. They became a dynamic duo, just like you and the person from above. Once Linguini was able to remake his special soup, with the assistance of Remy, of course, he felt that everything was falling into place. He had a job, a girlfriend, and a best friend. That was a rat. For us, the scene marks the end of freshman year. Sure, there are many ups and downs, maybe a few more downs than expected, but we did make it out of that term alive. If we hadn't, we wouldn't be sitting right here today. To get back to the Ratatouille timeline, Remy eventually reunites with his family. He is joyful to be surrounded by their comfort again, but also fearful of their judgment of his new life. This is probably similar to how we felt returning home for the first time. Being home felt different, and we couldn't exactly explain why. It was hard to admit that college had changed us. Marietta made us realize that we like being independent, and we like making choices for ourselves. Sure, it was nice to have a good home-cooked meal and a comfy bed to sleep in, but we all knew there was something we were aching for. The answer? Another year at Marietta. I think we can all admit that in retrospect, sophomore and junior years flew by. Before we knew it, it was time to face our biggest challenge, the senior capstone. For Linguini and Remy, this was when Chef Skinner, who used to run Gusteau's, came back into the picture to ruin Linguini's chance at success in front of the famous food critic Anton Ego. Skinner traps Remy so he's unable to help Linguini, and the other chefs walk out on him when he admits that a rodent has been helping him cook. While putting together your capstone, there were points that you felt like you had no idea what to do. Maybe you even cried. I know I did. It may have felt like everyone else doing theirs knew what to do, and you were just left in the dark. Eventually, though, after some long nights, multiple caffeinated beverages, and some help from your professors, you were able to push through. You were able to put something on the table that you were proud of. In the end, Chef Gusteau's was shut down due to a rodent infestation. But that did not stop Remy and Linguini from achieving their dreams. They opened a restaurant where both of them could do what they loved. This shows us that life after college may not be what we expect it to be. Maybe we don't go to our dream graduate school or get an amazing paying job after we leave here today. Personally, I'm more uncertain about my life after this than I was 4 years ago. But what we all can expect is that our lives will end up just the way they were meant to be. Everything will fall into place. To conclude, I would like to leave you with the words of wisdom from Remy. The only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2024.
Wonderful. Let's give Michaela another round of applause. Good morning, Terry. Terry Gasper is from Accra, Ghana. Terry is a major in sports management with an economics minor. Terry, we would like to congratulate you as the winner of the second place Jewett Prize, and we look forward to your oration of "Adversity is an Untapped Strength."
As I stand here before you today, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished visitors, educators, and the amazing class of 2024, I am overcome with gratitude and nostalgia. Graduation is a result of years of perseverance, hard work, and drive rather than the moment to celebrate. It has been an honor to share a small portion of my incredible journey with you all as my twin brother Perry and I navigate this amazing institution. Our college journey started more than 3 years ago, during a time when the globe was attempting to deal with the effects of a pandemic. We experienced anxiety and uncertainty, just like many of you, but we bravely decided to set out on this adventure despite the challenges. With the backing of our devoted parents and the direction of our instructors, we suddenly found ourselves in a foreign yet friendly nation thousands of miles away from home. The first semester tested our patience and flexibility virtually from Ghana. We battled homesickness, adjusted to time zone variations, and accepted that we were foreigners living in our own nation. But we persisted despite everything. We virtually linked with peers, attended Zoom classes, and gradually but steadily established ourselves in this unfamiliar academic environment. However, it wasn't until the 2021 spring semester that the real meaning of college life started to emerge. We discovered the value of starting even when the road appeared difficult, despite the difficulties. We overcame hardship head-on, asked for help when we needed it, and we came out stronger and determined than ever before. Another set of difficulties came up with internships, but we weren't going to let failure stop us. Rejections became learning experiences, and we accepted every encounter, whether it fit into our initial plans or not. All of it taught us the priceless lesson of resilience, which is a capacity to change, grow, and prosper in the face of difficulty. The journey was equally enriching socially. Diversity gave us comfort, allowing us to overcome cultural divides and create ties that cut across boundaries. Yes, there were cultural differences which led to difficulties, dialect hurdles, but each obstacle simply strengthened our will to find our place in this active society. The Barbara Dix Lyle's house is one memory that I will always cherish. Not only was there a structure for us foreign students, it was a refuge, a safe place where I could feel like I belonged. The Barbara Dix Lyle's house became our home away from home, a place where differences were celebrated and friendships blossomed, from late-night study sessions to spontaneous cooking events. Tony Mill, the Director of Diversity and Inclusion, has our sincere gratitude. My gratitude fills this hall as a village of friends, and friends who became family helped me navigate college rather than just an individual. Glancing out at the class of 2024, I see a group of people full of potential, eager to set off their own special journeys. Simple yet profound is my message to you. Never lose sight of your dreams. Embrace the moments and accept the trials. Though there will be challenges on the way, keep in mind it's not about the destination. Rather, it's about the voyage, the insights gained, and the individuals impacted en route. Thus, let us enter the unknown void of this future with courage, resilience, and a steadfast conviction in ourselves as we say goodbye to this chapter of our lives. To quote Susan Gill, sometimes you don't realize your own strength until you come face to face with your greatest weakness. Congratulations, class of 2024. The world awaits, and I have no doubt that you will conquer with grace, with passion and with the indomitable spirit of a Marietta pioneer. Thank you.
I think Terry also deserves another round of applause. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done, both Michaela and Terry. I now invite Dr. Richard Danford, Vice President for Student Life, to the podium to introduce prizes and awards.
Good afternoon. On several occasions during the academic year, we honor and reward our students for achievements and contributions to the campus community. Today, we focus on our graduates. Let me call attention to the list of prizes and awards in today's program. These awards recognize outstanding performances by our graduates. In addition, the program also lists graduating seniors who are members of the college honor societies. You will note that some students have cords around their necks. These represent membership in Honoraria, and the colors represent the various academic disciplines. Students who have completed the Curriculum Honors Program are identified by gold tassels on their mortarboard, while those who have completed Research Honor wear white cords. Students who complete both are awarded additional recognition of college honors. Please join me in recognizing these accomplishments. Thank you. Will Maria Cipro please come forward? The Outstanding Faculty Award will be presented by Ms. Elizabeth Cipro, President of the Marietta College Student Government Association. Maria.
Will Dr. Lynn Bostrom please come to the stage? The Outstanding Faculty Award was established by Student Senate in 1984 and is presented each year to the member of the faculty who demonstrates excellence in teaching and college involvement. The winner is nominated by students and is selected by the Student Government Association. Congratulations to this year's recipient of the Outstanding Faculty Award, Dr. Lynn Bostrom. The William Bay Irvine Medal is named for our president from 1948 to 1963, a man noted for his selfless devotion to Marietta College. The medal is based on the qualities of leadership, scholarship, loyalty, and service to the college. This person was nominated and chosen by their peers based on the aforementioned criteria. It is my pleasure to announce the outstanding member of the class of 2024, Gabrielle M. Turner.
Congratulations to all the award winners. Will Claire Marie Rocco and Jillian Lorraine Strickhansky please come forward? Just step right to the right of me. We would now like to recognize our valedictorian and salutatorian of the class of 2024. The hard work and determination of these students have won them the honor of becoming class valedictorian and salutatorian, and I am pleased to present to our top scholars a special medallion recognizing their academic achievement. The salutatorian of the 2024 graduating class is Jillian Lorraine Strakansky with a cumulative GPA of 4.0. Jillian is from Columbiana, Ohio, and is a psychology major with a leadership minor. Jillian, the valedictorian of the 2024 graduating class is Claire Marie Rocco, also with a cumulative GPA of 4.0. Claire is from Cambridge, Ohio, and is a health science major with a leadership minor. Congratulations again to all of our top scholars. We also want to recognize the recipients of graduation awards selected by Faculty Council. I ask each recipient to rise and be recognized as I read your name. Audience, please reserve your applause until I have recognized all of the award recipients. The Dr. Frank E. Adair Prize is given annually to the member of the graduating class who has been the most outstanding during their college career in building morale, esprit de corps, and loyalty to the ideals of the college, without particular relation to academic standing. The 2024 recipient of the Adair Prize is Grant Michael Howard. Grant, would you please rise? The Alumni Association Community Service Award, established in 1975, is conferred on the graduating senior who has demonstrated continuing involvement as a leader and close participant in an activity deemed to be of value to the community or area. This year's recipient is Kaylee Rose Ward. Kaylee, would you please rise? The Delta Upsilon Good Citizenship Award, established by the Marietta chapter of the Delta Upsilon fraternity, is given annually in honor of its members who gave their lives in World War II. The award is made to the member of the graduating class who has shown outstanding qualities as to scholarship, leadership, character, and participation in extracurricular activities. The recipients of the Delta Upsilon Good Citizenship Award for 2024 is Michaela Rose Donnelly and Jared F. Farnsworth. Michaela and Jared, would you please rise? The Asa Shin McCoy Award is given to a member of the graduating class who receives their degree summa cum laude or magna cum laude and who is, in the opinion of Faculty Council, worthy of the honor. This year's Asa Shin McCoy Award goes to Jillian Lorraine Strakansky. Jillian, please rise. The Stephen and Margaret E. Schmidt Prize is given annually to the member of the graduating class who, regardless of academic standing, demonstrated the strongest desire to complete their education at Marietta College despite severe obstacles of any nature. The 2024 Schmidt Prize goes to Gabrielle M. Turner. Gabrielle, please rise. Please join me in congratulating these students. Award recipients, you may be seated. Being the first in your family to graduate from college is both a privilege and an honor. It is often the dream of parents and grandparents alike that their children and grandchildren might have access to the many opportunities that can ensue with higher education. I invite all of our graduates who are first in your family to graduate from college to please stand and be recognized as the true pioneers that you are. Please rise. Congratulations to each of you. At this time, we would like to recognize our retiring faculty. The prestige of every college derives from its faculty. They set the standards for teaching and learning. They establish expectations for their students and measure their progress toward achieving those expectations which, when met, constitute eligibility for graduation. These are the individuals about whom graduates of the college always ask and about whom our seniors always brag. Today, I would like us to recognize retiring and/or emeritus faculty. Will Professor Ben Ebenhack, Dr. Eric Fitch, and Dr. Steve Spilatro please stand? Please join me in congratulating and thanking Professor Ebenhack, don't sit down yet. Please join me in congratulating and thanking Professor Ben Ebenhack, who has been at Marietta College for 14 years. Dr. Eric Fitch served Marietta College for 26 years before his retirement in December. And Dr. Steve Spilatro, Steve, please stand, who has been at Marietta College for 36 years. Please join me once more in showing appreciation for Dr. Spilatro, Professor Ebenhack, and Dr. Fitch as they pursue new adventures.
Congratulations again to each of our award winners and to our amazing faculty retirees. We'll now have a special musical presentation by the Marietta College Concert Choir. The piece that they will perform was written and arranged by Elaine Hagenberg. I want to thank our concert choir for that wonderful performance. Let's give them another round of applause. They deserve that. I now ask Susan McKenty Brady, class of '94, to please step forward to the middle of the stage for the awarding of the honorary degree. Susan McKenty Brady, Marietta College class of 1994, you are an agent of change. With a clear vision and broad perspective of a liberal arts graduate, you bring informed perspectives to your work as facilitator, mentor, author, consultant, and speaker. You have built your reputation on a commitment to inclusion in the workplace and are recognized expert in equity and the advancement of women. A natural collaborator, you engage others to imagine and shape a better future, one that allows all leaders to realize a full measure of their influence. At Marietta College, you majored in business communication and theater and also studied leadership, developing interests and honing skills that would become your life's work. Later, you earned a master's degree from the School of Applied Behavioral Science and Educational Leadership at Ohio University. Today, after years of study, growth, and experience, you describe yourself, and well you should, as a social and pragmatic humanist, an evolution that benefits all with whom you work. You hold dual positions at Simmons University in Boston, a nationally recognized institution with a global reputation for preparing women leaders. As the first chief executive officer of the Simmons University Institute for Inclusive Leadership, you marshal diverse perspectives to inspire and empower women of all ages and from all backgrounds. You focus on the confluence of leadership, equity, and inclusion in order to advance the Institute's objectives of gender parity. As the Deloitte Ellen Gabriel Chair for Women in Leadership at Simmons University, you have earned support to pursue applied research, publish your important findings, and speak broadly on women and inclusion. Before being invited to Simmons University, you were the Executive Vice President of Linkage, Inc., a global leadership development, consulting, and training firm. You founded Linkage's Women in Leadership Institute and launched the company's global practice on advancing women leaders and on advancing inclusion. Dedicated to inspiring every girl to realize her potential, you are a board member emerita of the mentorship-driven nonprofit Strong Women, Strong Girls. A sought-after presenter and consultant for more than 500 organizations worldwide, you are a best-selling author and a media expert. Your latest book, Arrive and Thrive, 7 Impactful Practices for Women Navigating Leadership, was co-authored by Janet Foudy, Executive Chair of the Deloitte U.S. Board, and Dr. Lynn Perry Wooten, the President of Simmons University. Susan McKenty Brady, you are a woman of distinction and a credit to your alma mater. We are grateful for all you have done, for our community and for women who aspire to lead. Marietta College is proud to count you among our most distinguished graduates. You are an example to all who gathered here today. Will Dr. Greg Delmeester, Milton Friedman Chair of Business and Economics, please step forward? Stand next to Susan. And so, Susan McKenty Brady, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of Marietta College, the Marietta College community is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, on this day, May 4th, 2024, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations. I am now very pleased to introduce our 2024 commencement speaker. As you will see from the biographical statement in your program, Brendan Atkinson, Marietta class of 2016, is a rising star. The first to major in neuroscience at Marietta, he graduated summa cum laude with additional majors in biochemistry and Spanish, and was a member, and still is a member, of Phi Beta Kappa. Brendan is a scientist, a researcher, an author, a problem solver, an entrepreneur, and advocate for equity of patient access to care and patient access to favorable outcomes. Now pursuing his MD PhD at Yale's College of Medicine, he works in the multimodal imaging, neuroinformatics, and data science lab, where he builds machine learning models that utilize human neuroimaging to predict psychiatric symptoms. Please join me in welcoming Marietta pioneer, Dr. Brendan Atkinson, to the lectern. Okay.
President Dragovich, trustees, faculty. There we go. A little taller. And of course, the class of 2024. It's an opportunity to be here with you today and to speak with you. It's great to be back in Marietta. It's beautiful here, a little less so when it's raining. But graduates, I don't think you realize, but you will once you leave here, how special it is to know so many of your professors. I'm looking at people here, I don't get that emotional, but there's a lot of people here who really impacted my life. Looking at them just sitting right here, the time they took that they didn't have to impact me. It's also pretty unique to know half of your classmates, and you realize that once you leave. So much of who I am was formed by my time here in Marietta. Of course, in the classroom, but also through Marietta Adventures. Exploring the basement of Rickey Science Center, Sternwell Festival, walking through the McDonald's drive-thru with my friends over there. You remember a lot of those experiences. So I want to ask you, graduates, how does it feel to have had your last meal in Gilman Dining Hall? Yeah, there's that. But you're also going to miss those weekend brunches. And for those of you who are athletes, I want to be one of the first to congratulate you and welcome you to your retirement. You're going to realize basically from this point forward in life, you have so much more free time. And all of those times that you spent traveling with your teammates, those experiences, you're never ever going to forget them. So I originally had 4 lessons for you today. My dad, who came and is watching here as well, told me nobody'd be offended if I trimmed it down to 3. So I'm going to try to be brief. And as Dr. Dragovich mentioned, my research is focused on the brain, machine learning, AI ethics. So naturally, I thought today about talking to you talking to you about artificial intelligence. But when I was sitting back and thinking, what do I really want to talk about? I thought I'd talk about 3 characteristics that we share that make us uniquely human: our response to failure, our desire for success, and how we listen to our hearts. I'm young, I still have a lot to learn myself, but here's some of the things that I've learned since my time here at Marietta. So first, our response to failure. I didn't start medical school until 3 years after graduating here from Marietta College. The time in between those 3 years were spent in a research position at Yale. That job at Yale was a game changer for my career. So this is how I landed that job. Flashback, it's 2015. I'm here at Marietta as a student, but I'm back in Northern Ohio visiting my parents for the winter break. While I'm there, my dad has some kind of issue with his car. I don't remember exactly what it was. He doesn't really either. But basically, he asked me, can you take my car to the mechanic the next day? Can you drop me off at work and then take it to the mechanic? So I'm on break. I figure, why not? I'll do it. Drop my dad off at work the next day, and then I take his car to Rainbow Muffler. This is Sandusky, Ohio. I'm from Northern Ohio, a rural area there. Once there, the mechanic tells me it'll be about 2 hours for the fix. So I decide not to wait there, of course. There's a diner nearby. I go there. I sit there at that diner. I eat. I wait for a while. Close to my grandma. I probably called her and chatted with her. I honestly don't remember the specifics of the day. But basically, as I'm sitting there, kind of in that free time, I get another call from my dad who talked to the mechanic. It's going to be a little more time. Ended up being 6 hours sitting in the diner. Not really what I'd signed up for. My dad called me. I'd love to say I was, sure, Dad, I'll wait here all day, but I probably didn't have quite that response. But basically, as I'm sitting in this diner, I have this idea that strikes me, kind of in that nothingness, don't really have much to do. I had my phone, and I thought, my goal at this point is to go to an Ivy medical school. I'm there now, so it feels different, but at that point, it just didn't seem like it could be a reality. But I thought, I have some of the extracurriculars. I have the grades. I don't really have a lot of clinical research experience, and I didn't have any connections at these schools, which unfortunately can help. So my idea was this. If I reach out to 100 of these Ivy League professors, these researchers, and offer to work in their lab for free, maybe one of them will say yes. And all I need is that one yes. So that day, sitting in that diner, I decided I'm going to reach out to 100 professors. That sounds like it's not that big of a deal. Probably some of the more aged people in the room think that's actually not that hard to do to get a job, right? You have to actually go walk in person. But each one of these emails, basically what I did is I read their papers of these professors. I looked up at their lab, and I tried to make some kind of pitch of exactly how I could fit the needs of their lab and contribute to their work for free. Let me try to emphasize that. But basically, this whole process for each person took about an hour or two. And that day in the diner, I know I at least sent one. I don't know exactly how many I sent, but basically over the next several weeks, I sent many of those emails reaching out to different professors there. So here are the results of my little experiment. 20 emails in, nobody had interest in Brendan working in their lab. 50 emails in, I think I had some people respond, but nothing really took off. Kind of the same story. In hindsight, it could have been because my emails actually weren't all that great. But I was doing my best. And in the end, it took about 90 emails. Keep in mind, this is hundreds of hours doing those. Weeks went by, I returned back to Marietta. I'm doing this on top of classes, sports, when you're busy. But I decided to stick to it. And basically, after 90 emails, somebody responded positively. I secured an interview, and then I ended up working in that lab for 3 years after graduating from Marietta. And my experience in that lab fundamentally changed the trajectory of my life and opened so many opportunities. Giving up would have been really easy. I said 100, maybe I would have done 110, maybe I would have given up at 91, I really don't know. And the other thing too is when I was doing this, only about 1 in 5 people even took the time to respond to me and reject me. They just ghosted me. And that kind of hurt even worse than the rejection. You're wondering, oh, did my email go through, that type of thing. But they just weren't interested. And something else interesting, the researcher who I ended up working for, I hadn't even emailed him initially. I had emailed his colleague. His colleague forwarded that email, my outreach email, to this other professor. And all that forwarded email said was, interested, question mark. So that one word, interested, altered the course of my life. And what I want you to take away from this, obviously it's not the one yes that I got, but the 90 or so no's that I got before it. What if I gave up after rejection number 10, or silence? What if I gave up after rejection number 89? I don't remember if it was exactly 90, but it was about 90. What if I never sent that email number 90? Would I become a researcher, something I'm so passionate about now? Would I be standing here and having the opportunity to speak with you as graduates? After you leave here today, you will fail. That sounds pretty encouraging, right? But you will. But I want you to take it somebody who's failed a lot, that failure is part of your success. They listed some of my accomplishments when introducing me, or there in the program that you have. Those are kind of the peaks of my life. What they don't mention is all the valleys, basically the failures before, in between every one of those successes. Numerous setbacks shaping who I am today. And don't get me wrong, I despise failure. I think you should too. I don't think we should be comfortable with it. But never let your fear of failure or actual failure define who you are or hold you back. Persist, keep going, and know it's a part of the process. So when you find yourself in your own kind of rainbow muffler situation like I was in, remember, in a sea of no's, all you need is that single yes. And when you're trying, giving your best, maybe it's not perfect, and there's failure after failure after failure, at any point you could basically be one step away from success. So my point number 2, I kind of want to talk about our desire for success. So this is a story back in 2021, 5 years out of college. I'm assigned to the inpatient oncology unit in medical school, specifically assigned to this 35-year-old gentleman from South America who's battling stomach cancer, going through an extremely difficult time. This guy spoke minimal English, and it was my responsibility to follow his case, interview him, take updates back to the rest of the medical team for rounds. This is very early on. I didn't know as much medically at that point. But it quickly became evident that beyond this guy's physical suffering, he was extremely lonely. He didn't have any family here in the United States. He didn't have any visitors. And it was really difficult for him to communicate with the medical team. So when you're with a patient and you're wearing a white coat, that white coat can introduce kind of a power dynamic, make people nervous, or just, it's kind of hard to build rapport in some ways. It has that trust in terms of what you're saying and medical advice, but you want to be human. So you look for ways to build rapport. Sometimes it's, let's chat about sports. You find something they're interested in, something you're also interested in, maybe family. But this particular patient had a Spanish Bible sitting on the bedside beside him. So I asked him about it, and we ended up talking that day about our faith, my faith, his faith. And then I went home that night and memorized some Bible verses in Spanish. This is kind of my way to support him, do something, put some point of normalcy in his life when he's going through something really difficult. So much of our time in school is focused on ourselves, our goals, our career, and our own success. In that hospital degree, the degree that I had, or hospital room, the degree that I had, was kind of irrelevant. What mattered was that degree and that education gave me the privilege to be in that room with this person so that I could treat him as a person in addition to his disease. Over the last 8 years, since I was sitting in your seats there, a lot of the dreams that I've had, they've come true. I got a full ride to medical school. I started in a company, have employees working for me, and been able to travel to many places. I've been really, really fortunate. But I'm here to tell you today that all that success, as sweet as it may seem, it might not bring you kind of the deep fulfillment that you're longing for, that you think it might. We chase success, thinking it's going to make us feel whole or content. But what you will find over the next several years is that some of those achievements that you've always dreamed of, after achieving them, they can feel surprisingly empty. At some point from years from now, you might find yourself wondering, I've accomplished so much. Why do I still feel like there must be more? The true measure of your education, of your time spent here at Marietta, isn't in the degree you receive today. It's in how you use that degree to impact the lives of others. Meaning is found when you use your success to serve. And my hope is that there will come a time when you no longer measure your success, as we often do, by your accolades, what people think of you, or how many followers you have. I guess for the parents, it's social media. Because when your focus is using your success to serve other people, the metrics that you use to evaluate it, they change. You don't care as much about a lot of that stuff. So remember that the degree you receive today is not just a tool to increase your own wealth or your own social status. It's a tool to elevate others. Put your desired success for work. Whatever amazing things you'll go on and do today, remember that success is not the end goal. It's a means to an end. Use it to make people's lives better. Finally, I ask that you consider with me today a common piece of advice that you might receive on a day like graduation day. Follow your heart. Follow your heart is a phrase that encourages you to trust your innermost desires, your instincts. It suggests that your deepest emotions and feelings are a great guide to making decisions about your life. But this advice, follow your heart, it relies on the assumption that you can always trust your feelings, that your heart is some kind of reliable compass that always points north. But what if it doesn't? What if your heart does not point north? What if your thoughts and feelings can misguide you and send you in the wrong direction? Our hearts are clouded by self-interest. You probably know from your time at Marietta, there's been a time your heart told you to cheat, to do a little better on the exam and get the grade when the situation's pretty tough. In the future, in business, you'll have temptations to make an unethical decision just to lead to more profit. In the future, your heart and its feelings, it might tell you, do what makes you happy, even at the expense of hurting those who are around you. Your heart, you've probably experienced this, it'll tell you you're not enough, that you can't do it. Maybe you shouldn't believe in yourself. So if your heart is this unreliable compass, how can you navigate life as you move on from here today? As you start your career? It's convictions. Convictions are the firmly held beliefs and truths that always point to true north. I just talked to you about using your success to serve other people, and it sounds really noble, right? Very cheesy for a day like today. But here's the reality. At least for me, and I imagine for you, I'm human. My natural inclination is not always to use my success to serve other people. Sometimes my feelings, my heart, they tell me make more money, increase my own comfort, make a name for myself, be selfish with my time. The only way I've been able to live a life of meaning is by letting my convictions guide me instead of my heart. My personal convictions are shaped by my life as a Christian, that I was created to know God and serve other people. Those are my true north in the times my heart starts taking me in other directions. Maybe like me, your convictions are shaped by your faith. Maybe there's other principles in life that have kind of helped guide you, let you know where to go and find your meaning. But I do want to ask now, it's a really important time as you start this next chapter after graduation. Do you know what your convictions are? I bet a bunch of you in here, it's probably, yeah, maybe you thought about them early on in life. Maybe some of you, you're sitting here, you're thinking, I haven't really thought about it that seriously yet. But your convictions, now's the time to make them, because they're going to impact everything in the next phase of your life. The decisions you make, the opportunities that you do or that you don't take, what you do with that success that you're hoping for as you're sitting there. My convictions have remained the same since the time I arrived here on campus, my first week. And it's a good thing because my heart will lead me in another direction, lead me astray, but my convictions steer me back on course. I'm not here to tell you, what your convictions should be. I think that's a deeply personal thing. But I will encourage you, find them now, early in your adult life. They'll be your compass that always points north. So in closing, class of 2024, as you step forward from here today, remember 3 things. Not if you fail, but when you fail, persist. Don't aim to succeed, aim to serve, and instead of letting your heart and its feelings guide you, let your convictions be your compass. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2024.
Brendan, we're very proud of you. Let's give him another round of applause. He deserves that. We can't wait to see what comes next. You are an inspiration. Okay, it's time for the moment. Yes, that's right. That moment, the one you've all been waiting for, we're going to grant you your degree. Will Provost Doherty please come forward?
Will Dr. Ryan May and Dr. Jacqueline Tate please come forward? Doctors May and Tate will be hooding our master's candidates. Graduates, in just a few moments, faculty marshals will begin to lead you forward by degree. As your name is read, you will greet the president, who will present to you a diploma inscribed with your name, indicating academic honors earned, signed by the proper officials, and bearing the Great Seal of Marietta College. After you greet the president, please exit the stage and follow the arrows for a cap and gown photo before returning to your seat. You two can step across the stage. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Psychology please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts in Psychology and to certify that they have or will soon complete all requirements for the degree and that they are worthy to take their places in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Master of Arts in Psychology with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and I welcome you to the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Master of Arts in Psychology candidates for the presentation of diplomas? Devin McKay Baxter. Olivia Grace Dunlap. Tia Danielle Jarvis. Casey K. Roeder. Cordell J. Stover. Betsy Lynn Riston. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Athletic Training please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Master of Athletic Training and to certify that they have or will soon complete all requirements for the degree and that they are worthy to take their places in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Master of Athletic Training, with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining, and welcome you into the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Master of Athletic Training graduates for the presentation of diplomas? Stacy Florence Brenneman. Allison Grace Hanstein. Caitlin Elizabeth Hill. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and to certify that they have or will soon complete all requirements for the degree and that they are worthy to take their places in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Bachelor of Arts, with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining, and I welcome you to the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Bachelor of Arts graduates for the presentation of diplomas? Hope Alexis Adams. John Carlton Alexander. Kyla Michelle Andres. Brandon E. Bear. Jillian K. Baker. Aurora Sky Bernhardt. Addison D. Black. Haven Celia Blau. Nicholas Ryan Benizio. Kayla Brianne Bradley. Jessica Ann Brown. David Walter Bush. Gavin Thomas Chappell. Natalie M. Kako. Laura Grace Coughlin. Zachary Greg Courtemanche. Bailey M. Cox. James Crossy. Evan Joshua Cunningham. Veronica Page Dalrymple. Emma Inez Diorio. Michaela Rose Donnelly. Jillian Rose Dosky. Katrina Marie Dunseith. Kaylee Michael Eckel. Jonathan Andrew Elliott. Alaya S. Ancenius. Natalia Facinato Sitja. Maggie Lee Fellers. Evelyn Nicole Fontana. Caspin Taylor Ford. Hannah Ford. Vincent James Foresta. Kaya Dawn Forker. Brett Tyler Gandy. Terry Frimpong Gasper. Nicholas Joseph Januso. Matthew Joel Green. Rachel Elizabeth Williams. Cole W. Haymond. Reagan R. Hanlon. Sarah Belinda Hashman. Eris Joseph Hazley. Levi James Hellwidge. Kobe Herrick. Kaylin T. Hill. Zachary Earl Heiserote. Ellery Keaton Hollister. Madison Grace Howard. Lexi Lynn Howell. Helena Marie Immel. Cole Emmett James. Johanna Rochelle James. Jordan Monet Jeffries. Madison Louise Jennings. Catherine Hope Jones. Benjamin Nathan Kaplan. Will Green Keefe. Kirsten Faith Kesselring. Evan Jacob Kiefer. Chance Thomas Knight. Hannah Noel Lamb. Sorry, I read you out of order. Hannah Elizabeth Croft. You're Ava. Ava Danielle Lesher. Kelly Ann Levering. Ashley Lynn Lewis. Torrin C. Lacco. Joshua Michael Lutton. Ashley Renee Mannion. Megan Nicole Marshall. Olivia M. Martin. Bailey David Matheny. Cameron M. McCreary. Madeline Candace McKittrick. Ava Renee McMeans. Joyce Faye McSherry. Connor James Meyer. Jillian R. Middleton. Bailey Reese Miller. Demi Ray Mills. Jacoby James Nicholson. Kevin Elijah Norris. Kyle Stephen O'Donnell. Logan Brooke Osborne. Addison Elijah Painter. Cooper James Parrott. Louisa Ann Pogstadt. Marley Elizabeth Philippi. Dylan Michael Poltz. Jalen Bouvier Quiero Gordon. Zachary David Radcliffe. Ryan David Rosillo. Dylan Anthony Rizzola. Nathan Michael Ritchie. Weston A. Ritchie. Emma Grace Rome. Catherine Elizabeth Russell. Anthony Vero Sabatino. Tyler Salanitro. David Sanford, Jr. Stephanie Aaron Saunders. Victoria Tegan Schilling. Kristen D. Schofield. Sierra Elizabeth Sinclair. Kaylin P. Smith. Alexis E. Summers. Hunter D. Stone. Jillian Lorraine Strakansky. Melissa Katerina Saransky. Drew Morgan Taylor. Samuel Dax Thomas. Connor Craig Vierstra. Brady Joseph Vincent. Jack Ryan Wallace. Luke Robert Wallace. Sarah Ann Wallenfels. Kaylee Rose Ward. Briley Page Weekly. Nicholas Peter Vitaling. Charlotte Rose Rittenauer. Brady Philip Norman Wilson. Mackenzie K. Wilson. Sydney P. Wilson. Connor Allen Wright. Gracie Aaron Yates. Rebecca Ann Young. Brianna, hold on a second. Brianna Lorraine Zirkle. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts and to certify that they have or will soon complete all requirements for the degree and that they are worthy to take their place in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Bachelor of Fine Arts, with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining, and I welcome you to the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Bachelor of Fine Arts graduates for the presentation of diplomas? Michaela Shane Lauder Hall. Amadeus River Perry. Peyton Noel Van Nort. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Music and to certify that they have or will soon complete all requirements for the degree and that they are worthy to take their places in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Bachelor of Music, with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining, and I welcome you into the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Bachelor of Music graduates for the presentation of diplomas? Emily Elizabeth Hill. Victoria Alexandra Humphrey. Emma K. Reed. Madison Alexis Reard. Emma Gail Searing. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science and to certify that they have or will soon fulfill the required conditions and that they are worthy to take their places in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Bachelor of Science, with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining, and I welcome you into the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Bachelor of Science graduates for the presentation of diplomas? Braden Charles Ayers. Logan J. Ayers. Haley Dawn Betzing. Kyria D. Blau. Morgan Elizabeth Bryant. Elizabeth Ann Burtis. Stephanie Claire Camden. Ashton N. Carroll. Madison Ann Cecil. Kennedy Lena Couch. Sarah Elizabeth Krim. Jeanette B. Eason. Sean N. Fournier. Duncan Mackenzie Frazier. Mackenzie Page Grigsby. Nicholas Sky Hott. Jessica R. Heck. Bethany Nicole Holstein. Grant Michael Howard. Tanner Z. Hurst. Matthew Parker Kahn. Rachel L. Kazmersky. Kendall Ann Mader. Faith O. Malone. Kyla Peyton Morris. Joel Patrick Neville. Nathan Michael Rentus. Claire Marie Rocco. Allison Joy Resser. Aaron James Rohr. Evan Sarabalis. Hannah Ray Schill. Alexis F. Schreckengast. Paige Nicole Sefcik. Darren Matthew Skidmore. Joshua C. Stoya. Morgan K. Zooks. Liam James Tipton. Paige Madison Trent. Gabrielle M. Turner. Jenna Renee Walters. Sami B. Willoughby. Ava Brianne Zandy. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering please rise? President Dragovich, on behalf of the faculty, I have the honor to present the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering and to certify that they have or will soon complete all requirements for the degree and that they are worthy to take their places in the illustrious company of Marietta alumni.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the Board of Trustees of Marietta College, I confer upon those who fulfill all requirements as certified by the faculty of Marietta College the degree Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering, with all the ancient rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining, and I welcome you into the company of educated persons.
Would the marshals now bring forward our Bachelor of Science in Petroleum Engineering graduates for the presentation of diplomas? Zachary L. Brown. Brogan Grant Fisher. Spencer James Flick. Perry Ninch Gasper. Olivia Caroline Gribble. Corey Michael Hart. Anthony A. Yeager. Colby Brian Paysor. Jacob Robert Priest. Gavin Richard Williams. Derek Brett Witzberger. But we now have one more. You can sit down. President Dragovich, we are going to stray from the program for a moment, as we have one more very important person to recognize. Would you please stay in the center of the stage? I'm going to be in so much trouble. I also invite Board Chair Mary Korn and Chair of the Faculty Greg Delameester to join us. That end. President Dragovich, you have been with us here at Marietta for only a short time. But in that short time, you have had an outsized impact on our community. You have led with grace and dignity, and you have engaged our campus community genuinely and honestly. You have recognized and celebrated our strengths and helped us to move forward with a sense of hope. You have been a good listener, an even better communicator, and a model leader. You have engaged everyone on this campus, students, faculty, and staff, as a mentor and a coach. You have challenged us and supported us. Because you have led us, we are stronger, more vibrant, and more resilient. Under your leadership, we have forged a new path for Marietta's future in the Marietta Forward Strategic Plan. Charting an ambitious vision is one thing, but executing that vision is quite another. You have devoted yourself fully to bringing Marietta forward to life and have instilled in us the skills and wisdom to carry on this important work. Those of us privileged to work by your side on a daily basis are better leaders because of your influence. and I personally feel fortunate that you have provided me with the most rewarding professional partnership of my career. Thank you for your dedication to this campus and this community. It has been an honor to work with you and for you.
Well, thank you for that, Dr. Doherty. We've had the good fortune to have Dr. Dragovich as the 20th president of Marietta College. She agreed to join and lead this esteemed college for 1 year. She revealed herself to be an inspiring leader, a natural coach and mentor. She's an advocate for higher ed, a seeker of the problem so a solution may be discovered, a Renaissance woman, well-educated, sophisticated, and a person of many talents, with a deep belief of the excellence of our student body. She also has a clever sense of humor, in case you didn't see that, and is a friend to all who have had the good fortune to know her. I could go on, but for now, we're here to thank you and to honor you with this award. But first, I must read a document the Board of Trustees has prepared. Resolution of the Board of Trustees of Marietta College. Whereas the members of the Board of Trustees wish to express their appreciation for the lasting contributions of Dr. Margaret L. Dragovich during her year's service to Marietta College. Whereas Margaret Dragovich served Marietta College as its 20th president during the 2023-2024 academic year, accomplishing more in 12 months than ever could have been imagined. Whereas Margaret has dedicated the past 30 years providing thoughtful and assertive leadership in higher ed, and has inspired generations of students, faculty, staff, and alumni with her enthusiasm and focus on strengthening each institution that she has served and positioned it for success. Whereas Margaret spent the early part of her career embracing every opportunity that came her way to help her build a portfolio of skills, and this prepared her for the presidency at Hartwick College, where she conducted one of the most prolific tenures in the institution's history. Whereas even in retirement, Margaret's passion for problem solving burned brightly. And when called upon to serve as interim president of Marietta College, she accepted the opportunity and rose to the challenge. Whereas the knowledge that Margaret built over a lifetime of experience in higher education prepared her to identify critical areas that needed addressing at Marietta College, and she helped develop a plan that will lead the college into a more prosperous path. Whereas Margaret has displayed a focus on a bright future and provided stability to help in the transition to Marietta College's 21st president by spearheading the efforts to streamline a strategic plan, Marietta Forward. Whereas Margaret rallied the Board of Trustees, alumni, the campus community to support the 5 initiatives in Marietta Forward that outline the college's bright future. Whereas Margaret displayed a trailblazing vision and made outstanding contributions to higher education, while also providing unwavering mentorship of Marietta's leadership team. Now therefore, be it resolved that on this day, Saturday, May 4th, 2024, the members of the Board of Trustees of Marietta College proudly confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. And so, Dr. Margaret L. Dragovich, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of Ohio and the trustees of Marietta College, the Marietta College community, is proud to confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, on this day, May 4th, 2024, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereupon appertaining. Congratulations, Dr. Dragovich.
Now, President Dragovich, it is time for the turning of the tassel.
Graduates, please rise. As part of this time-honored tradition, you may now turn your tassel by moving it from the right to the left side of your mortar board. Congratulations. Graduates, please be seated. Members of the class of 2024, you now leave Marietta an educated person. You have probably learned more than you expected, and perhaps you learned more than you thought was possible. It is my hope that what you have learned best is how to learn from others. Over the centuries, we have come to revere teaching as an honorable profession. Those who commit their life to the education of others do so to the benefit of all. The faculty and professional staff of Marietta College have committed themselves to you. They have inspired your curiosity. They have urged you to think critically and encouraged you to reach into that space just beyond your understanding and pull yourself up to the next plane of knowledge. They have spent countless hours with you in the classroom and in rehearsals, in the field, on the field, in the laboratory, on the stage, and in the studio. They have challenged you. They have reassured you. They have helped you to develop your sense of confidence and courage. And they have helped you to find your authentic voice. In this way, they have prepared you to craft solutions to problems that are not yet imagined, and so have prepared you for a lifetime of satisfaction as they opened your mind and set you free. Graduates, please rise. Will all of the faculty and staff of Marietta College please rise and face the class of 2024? Graduates, look upon these exceptional teachers and mentors and thank them by applauding their efforts. Please be seated. Graduates, this moment also belongs to those who cared for and nurtured you on your journey to this day. It belongs to those who came to this celebration to be with you, as well as to those who, though not here today, would have cherished the chance to stand by your side. Your mother, your father, your stepmother, your stepfather, your sister, your brother, your grandparent, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your coach, or maybe even a childhood teacher who nurtured you in your early years. Whether they taught you to read or debate or drive or study or shave, or otherwise cheered you on to be brave enough to explore places and ideas heretofore unknown to you, they have helped you to achieve this milestone. Graduates, search your heart. For those who bore you here through their love and support, please stand, turn to face your family, and thank them for guiding you to this moment. Will everyone please rise as the Marietta College Concert Choir sings the Marietta College alma mater, Time-Honored Marietta. After the alma mater, please remain at your seat until the platform party and trustees, faculty, and students recess. Congratulations, graduates, and welcome to the long blue line.